YouTube vlog a fair few times. But anyway, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to a brand new vlog, and you won't believe it. Back to back homey wholesome vlogs. Who are we? For those of you who are new here, then welcome. And for the OGs who follow every single video, one, I love you and thank you so much. Two, can you believe another homey vlog back to back? You guys know it's been a remarkably busy time. So obviously we are well underway with the British summer social season. We started off with Chelsea Flower Show. We had the whole extravaganza that happened in Henley. It's literally been back to back to back, probably 3 if not 4 events a week for the last 6 weeks. After Henley Festival, I put it in my diary to make sure that I did nothing that weekend after, and that weekend has just passed. So Mark was in Mallorca, and I thought the perfect excuse to be an utter hermit. I'm talking sofa slugs galore. And I've got to be really honest with you, I found it much harder said than done. Kind of like the first few hours, I sort of had a lie-in. I did everything that sort of sets my soul on fire. I went for gorgeous dog walks. I did floral arranging. I had hot bubble baths, heavenly. By about 2 o'clock, I was like, what am I going to do now? So I watched, you know, Simone Biles. I then watched the Roger Federer documentary, of which, unbelievable, could not recommend it enough. Then I sort of like wailed my eyes out. I was inconsolable. I was absolutely howling. And then I thought, you know, maybe this is part of like my cleansing and my healing and my recharging. Maybe I need to have a good old cry, and trust me, it all came out. I was absolutely hysterical. I actually had to call Mark in order to sort of calm myself down. I don't know what it was. It was sort of like his retirement, and all of the other tennis players were crying. Oh God, that was me gone. But I kind of got to about 5 o'clock. I then cooked my favorite meal. I made the most unbelievable. It's actually something we're going to have to do together. I made the most scrumptious satay ramen. It was outstanding, if I can say so myself. And I do have a few little like cheats and tips and tricks tucked up my sleeve as well in terms of ramen, because it's really all about the bone broth. But bone broth, probably as you guys know, takes hours on end. You can actually cheat a little bit and buy the bone broth already made. And anyway, I've got that recipe and we will do that at some point together. So I did that. And then I actually started to begin to feel a little bit lonely, and that kind of got me thinking, do you know what, I'm never lonely, really, and I know I'm so lucky and I'm so privileged to sit here and say that. But I've got my gorgeous dogs, I've got the horses here, I've got probably, I'm looking at them now, probably over 100 sheep. My parents, so many girlfriends. You know what, I called pretty much every single girlfriend that I needed to have a really good catch up with, bar one who's in California. And if Nikki, you're watching this, I've tried to call you. We're playing phone tag at the moment. So I kind of done all of that I'd sort of been putting off, because it's very rare that I have like an hour or even half an hour where I can solidly give somebody my undivided attention. And I had lots of that over the weekend. So I caught up with all of my girlfriends, which was absolutely divine. And then, like I said, I began to feel a little bit lonely, and I was kind of having FOMO. A lot of my friends are actually out in Mallorca for a wedding at the moment. So they met up with Mark and they went to like a beach club, and I was seeing all of the Instagram stories, and I was like, I'm oosaring. I'm meant to be, you know, oosa, relaxing, recharging. So it then got me thinking, how do I ensure that I don't feel lonely when I am by myself? And I think there are so many things we can do. And I thought, what a lovely thing to be able to share with you guys. So what I'm trying to say is, I think it's really important to have a few little tips and tricks tucked up your sleeve, so that if you are spending a considerable amount by yourself, kind of how to do it in a way that you fall in love with your life and you fall in love with spending time, you know, being okay with spending time by yourself. And trust me when I say, I actually really enjoy my own company. But I kind of felt like over the weekend, I'd had enough of myself. I then began to think, right, I really need to romanticize my life. And I thought it was a really lovely thing that I kind of like lived through, that I could, in a way, try to sum up, understand, and then share it with you guys. So over the weekend, I romanticized my life, as I said. So making gorgeous cups of coffee, sitting in the garden, going and sitting in a sunny spot and reading my book. On Sunday afternoon, I made myself a delicious, very healthy, because I'm still on my health and wellness trajectory, but I set myself up a little picnic in the garden. And I found a little green spot in the sunshine. I laid out my blanket, I sat there with the dogs, and it was absolutely heavenly. I then put my favorite music on and I had a good old dance, obviously watched the Roger Federer documentary and cried my eyes out. I then had a bubble bath and it was just absolutely gorgeous. And then I had like this overwhelming feeling of creativity. So I started writing down everything that I want to do over the next sort of couple of months, and kind of again a strategy in order to understand how to achieve it. And I actually had the best weekend. It was so lovely, and actually it was really, really hard not to share it with you guys, but I promised myself I wasn't going to film, I wasn't going to Instagram, I wasn't going to email, I wasn't going to edit. I literally had the weekend off. I feel like there are going to be so many of you that are actually going to be really proud of me. And even Anna came in on Monday morning and she was like, were you okay? She was so wonderful. Anna and Ed actually invited me to a cheese and wine evening on Saturday night. And again, I was so proud of myself. I felt terrible because it's literally like one of my dream evenings. Cheese. Oh, and at the moment, you guys know I'm trying to be so good that I actually, very sadly, can you believe me, declined an invitation. But Anna, I know you'll probably be watching this. We will be doing that cheese and wine evening another time. I've been dreaming about Manchego, I'm telling you. Anyway, moving on, basically to sum all of that up, goodness gracious knows how long I've been wobbling on for, but if you do spend a considerable amount of time by yourself, I think it's really important to have things in the diary. And when I mean things in the diary, I don't actually mean, you know, having solid plans and at this time you're going to go and do that, but kind of write down what it is that you want to do over the weekend, whether that is a dog walk, whether you want to paint your nails, have a hot bubble bath, maybe do your skincare routine, maybe you want to like trial out a new makeup look, put some gorgeous music on, put your favorite outfit on. Do you know that's another thing? The older I get, the more I do not understand and actually just want to completely erase it, is this whole saving things for best. Don't save anything for best. I always do that. It's always like, I'll have the most delicious, typical example. Okay, my favorite biscuits on the entire earth are Fortnum Mason black cherry dark chocolate chocolossus biscuits. I know it's a bit of a mouthful, but trust me. And I got gifted a tin for Christmas, and I have actually shamefully hidden the chocolossus biscuits so well that I've actually not come across them for quite some time. Anyway, over the weekend I found the biscuits and I thought, this is going to be part of my romanticizing and hot bubble bath. It's going to be my treat for the day, because obviously I'm trying to be healthy and that whole shebang, but when it comes to a Chocolossus biscuit, oh, they're everything. And I looked at the tin. Well, first and foremost, I actually opened it up, got the biscuit was in my mouth, went to go and crunch through it because there's such a thick layer of dark chocolate. For those of you who know, you know, and for those of you who don't, I'm going to link them down below. They are quite possibly the most expensive biscuits on earth, but trust me when I say they're worth every single little rummage. Anyway, bit into it. It was awful. It was stale. It was just repulsive. And basically, to sum up that whole story, stop saving things for best. Use the skincare, wear the lipstick, eat the food, enjoy the drink. Just live your life as though, I know this is going to sound really morbid, but live your life every single day as though it's the last. And trust me, you will begin to adore your life. And that kind of leads into feeling happy and positive and motivated and confident. And when I think about the most common asked question on my Instagram, it's all about happiness, positivity, confidence. And you guys are always asking me, how do I achieve all of those things? And I first and foremost think it's really important to state that, trust me when I say, I do also have bad days. And I had the most Monday-ish of Mondays you could possibly have imagined yesterday. It did turn around in the evening, not by any matter of means anything that I did, but it did turn around. But even my team was sort of like, Leo, go for a walk. Take a deep breath. Everything that was coming in was a no. This wasn't happening. That was broken. Very naughty sausage dogs. It was not my day. So I do want to say that sometimes I wake up on the wrong side of the bread. It's the bad time of month. I'm hormonal, I'm tired, I'm stressed, I'm anxious. And sometimes it's rare, it is quite rare that I'm in a bad mood. Anywho, to ensure that you're not and that you are happy, I think it's really important to just focus on the amazing things in your life. I think if you have your health and your family, I think, oh gosh, aren't we lucky? And then other things, if you love your job, if you love where you live, if you love your clothes, there are so many things in this world that can make you happy. Even seeing a beautiful bumblebee pollinate on the most stunning flower, a beautiful butterfly, maybe it's birds, maybe it's watching little doglatinis, huh? You want to come up for a cuddle? I think there are so many things that we can be happy and grateful for. It's just really important to actually sometimes take a moment to actually stop and think about it. You're very snoozy today. So for example, this morning, I just felt so lucky that one, the sun was shining. Oh, that is the spot. That my godmother came over to come for a dog walk with me. I was able and lucky enough to go out this morning and go for a dog walk, and it's just been absolutely heavenly. And confidence is a big one. And I would say that even sometimes, and you know what, at the very beginning, I do think I am a relatively confident person, definitely. And I think people inspire me to be confident. You know, it doesn't matter who it is that I'm talking to. I just love speaking to people, and I love connecting with people, and in some ways making people feel happy, but most importantly, to make them feel comfortable. I think that's a really, really important thing. And I most certainly light up around people. So I think that makes me quite confident. When I walk into a room, I always know that I can hopefully make someone smile, and that makes me feel happy. I don't know, it's a bizarre thing. I think I've said to you guys before how do you feel happier in your life? And I think if you really focus on the small things, like smile at somebody on the tube, get up and offer somebody else your seat on a train, say to some, you know, your delivery driver that's dropping off your parcel, I hope you have a really lovely day. And I think the kinder you are to people, the happier it actually makes you feel as well. And I really hope that what goes around comes around, and by just being a tiny bit of a better person, I hope that everybody else will do too. Hey? Gosh, I didn't think that this vlog was going to get so deep. But anyway, tonight we are going to be having a very chilled one. It is 7:15, can you believe it? It's been a busy day. I had actually fully anticipated filming the whole day with you guys, but I got a little bit carried away. I had so much work to do that actually it would have been so boring, because you would have literally just seen me typing away on my computer. And it was really lovely. I popped a box on Instagram asking you guys what you would like to see more of on YouTube. I know I show such a large variety of things on my YouTube channel, but it's nice to know, like, in almost like percentages, what you enjoy seeing the most. And it was so lovely that so many of you said that you love the slightly slower paced, homey lifestyle, tablescaping, cooking, recipes. Literally, it just makes me so happy. So I kind of thought, do you know what, I don't mind that we've got back-to-back homey vlogs. We're just gonna have them. We're just gonna have them. So tonight I'm gonna be making myself a very healthy and wholesome dinner, and I thought that we could do that together. We've got the boys, who, as you can see, are just utterly exhausted. I mean, what we'll do is we'll do a little spin. I'll show you the boys. I mean, look at this one. Have you just ever seen something quite so handsome? He is the blonde bombshell of bombshells, huh? Right, we're gonna go for a smooch around so you can see the others. So Odie is protecting my hair clip, and he's dreaming. Ravi is sleeping in his ogre throne. And Wiggy, where is that naughty little scrunchkin? I've just got absolutely exhausted cretins. Huh? Oh my goodness, I've had such a hard day. Oh, the CEOs. So, oh, Mummy, that's the perfect headrest. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, gosh, they are just my entire lives. Honestly, it makes my day when I read that you guys adore them nearly as much as I do. So you've probably got the gist. This is going to be a really slow-paced, very chilled, just gorgeous homey vlog. So pour yourself a cup of tea or a glass of champagne, because you know me. Sadly, it's a Tuesday, so sadly I won't be pouring the champagne. However, you guys do you, and I will be cheering you on. So I'm gonna make a super hearty and wholesome dinner. I don't really know what we've got. I tell you what, let's go and actually have a bit of a mooch. And that is one, if I'm allowed to say so myself, many talents, is actually making dinner when I don't have that much in the fridge. So I shall show you my scullery fridge at the moment. Now, I'm a little bit bizarre. You guys know I've got a fridge in here and then actually a fridge in the kitchen. So this is what is in the fridge. So I've got some gorgeous salmon that actually needs to be cooked this evening. I've then got some mince, which actually I'm going to do a chili con carne tomorrow. And I've got lots of veggies actually. It's some really rather interesting veggies. I saw these in Waitrose and I just thought, you know, it's a subtle but nutty flavour. Don't we love a nutty courgette? The things I say on here. Oh my my goodness, so I've got some sort of normal courgettes and then we've got the delicious nutty courgettes. I've got some peppers, some aubergine. So I think I'm gonna make something sort of summery and scrumptious with all of the veggies and the salmon. Anyway, my fridge is getting very ticked off with me. So let's go to the kitchen and make something scrumptious. You guys are back on your trusty Perello olive tin, and I've actually popped a touch too big garlic clove underneath you. There we go, so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing down here. So we've had a little bit of a ramage in the Fridgingtons, and I feel a little bit uninspired, to be honest with you. I'm definitely going to make my summer courgette salad, and it is absolutely delicious. However, I am missing pine nuts, but it's not a complete tragedy. I do have my butter beans, and it's absolutely delicious. And then, because I want to add a little bit of a crisp and a crunch to it, I'm going to make some like crispy kale crisps in the oven. I love roasted asparagus, and these actually really do need to be used. And then I've got the aubergine, and we're going like very sort of fresh lemon, garlic, olive oil vibe, and sort of basil for the courgettes. I'm gonna season the salmon, I think. I'm like, this is where I'm sort of thinking, which way do we go in terms of seasoning? I've got some scrumptious tzatziki, which I think with an aubergine, I then think we can go like Moroccan style. We can go za'atar, cumins, paprika, chili, but then I don't think that's gonna go with the courgette. What could we do? I tell you what we could do. We go like balsamic glaze on the aubergine. I'm big into flavors, and they all need to cohesively work. Ooh. I wish these things were live so that you guys could like live comment on it and be like, which direction. I am fully conscious that I am waving an aubergine around. Maybe this is the thumbnail. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna have a bit of a think. I'm gonna prep some veggies. I'm gonna come back with a solid plan, and we're gonna make a delicious dinner. And once it's in the oven, I've got something spectacular to show you. One of my absolute favorite beauty brands of all time, well, beauty and skincare brands, have got the most mega sale, and you guys need to know about it. So I'm gonna prep, we're gonna do dinner. Whilst it's cooking, we're gonna talk about the sale, probably gonna have another drink. And yeah, we're gonna have a gorgeous evening together. Okay, so I'm back and I have prepped the kale, the asparagus and the salmon onto a tray. So skin side down. We're gonna go with a little bit of sea salt on those beautiful fillets, a little bit of sea salt over the kale. We also need some pepper, some chili. I've actually decided against the aubergine. I just think it's gonna be actually too much food. I've got enough vegetables going on. Now this is some delicious Greek oregano. Then we need some nice olive oil to have a very light drizzle over the top. And that is going to be absolutely delicious and really complement our courgette and white bean salad. So that is ready to rumble. And the kale and the asparagus will actually be ready at the same time as the salmon, so they will cook at exactly the same temperature and the same time, which is roughly around about 12 minutes. These are some rather funky looking courgettes. So I'm probably going to use 2 of them, and then I will pop the rest in the fridge. And I think I'm going to use 1 of this. If we make too much, then I will have the rest for lunch tomorrow. And you'll probably be thinking, why are you cooking 2 salmon fillets when it's just you? They need to be cooked, and I will have the second salmon fillet for my lunch tomorrow. Well, actually, the girls, we will share it for lunch tomorrow. So no food wastage here, mainly because, as I say, I am of the Labrador variety. So I'm going to go and drain my butter beans. I'm going to wash my courgettes, and we're going to come back and we're going to prep the most delicious summer salad of all time. I'm not going to hear it. It's absolutely scrumdiddlicious. So I'll be back in just a jiffy. Okay, so I'm back. I've got my butter beans in a tiny little sieve here. Pop that down there. I've got myself a very sharp knife. Now, a mandolin would be very, very handy in this scenario. However, it's actually one thing I don't have. What we're going to do is take our very sharp knife, please be very careful, and we're going to chop the tiniest little slivers of courgette you possibly can. I like to actually just pop my nail there so I can try and just get a really, really thin slice of courgette. And you're probably thinking, Leo, do you eat those raw? Yes, I do. Because they're so thin, I'm going to use the lemon, crushed garlic, fresh basil. This is absolutely heavenly. This is one of my favorite salads of all time. We're going to like plate it up. We're going to put the tzatziki on the bottom, and then going to put my courgette, white bean, basil, and crushed garlic salad. And then we're going to put the crunchy kale kind of around the edges, lay the salmon fillet, and then decorate it on the top with those beautiful asparagus spears. Oh, absolutely delicioso. I tell you what, I think we're actually only going to need 1 of these rather dodgy looking courgettes. I do love a wonky vegetable. I just feel like I'm giving it a second life, and I'm loving it. I am probably the definition of weird and wonderful, and it's better to be bonkers than boring. Please watch your fingernails. Don't want a little bit of shellac in there. Not really the vibe we're going for. Right, that's enough yellow. You know me, I'm a complete foodie, and so it's so important that when I'm on these sort of health kicks, that I can find and have absolutely delicious meals that aren't super carby, that aren't sort of fatty, or things that are going to make me feel uncomfortable or have gluten in it. They're so healthy, they're so nutritious, and they actually make me feel so good. I'm literally nourishing myself from the inside out, and I feel like I'm in such a detox at the moment. I'm drinking so much water that actually my skin is breaking out a little bit, which is not great, but I do think it's part of my detox. All those toxins are coming out. So I think that is plenty of courgettes. Yes, I think so. I think so. So we're actually going to add about oh gross, that's too many butter beans. My bed is going to be like Aladdin's carpet tonight. Thank goodness Mark is away. I do tend to eat a lot more beans when Mark is away. They do make you rather windy, might I add. But better out than in. Fantastic. Save the other beans for tomorrow. Okay, so before I eat all of the beans, we need to get the garlic crusher and the juicer. Now, I'm going to make a very quick dressing. It is the easiest, most simple dressing of all time, but it is absolutely delicious, and I have it on so many things. So you need probably around about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Ooh. You need half a lemon. Pop that in my little juicing device. And then you need fresh black pepper, touch of fresh black pepper. I'm going to use the garlic clove that is behind you guys. Was propping you up. It's got a dual purpose. Everything has a dual purpose. The Perello olive tin, always the the things that I seem to prop you up on. We're gonna use, yeah, here we go, we're going all out. I'm having beans, I'm having garlic. No kissing for me tonight. Well, apart from a few sausage kisses, of course. So I used 2 garlic cloves. And we're going to just mince that garlic like that. I mean, you can also, if you don't have a little sort of garlic mincer, you can actually just chop it really, really finely. And then I'm going to mix all of that together. We're going to put some fresh basil in, a beautiful fresh basil plant directly behind you. And then we're going to save that beautiful top to the basil, and we're going to just chop up that fresh basil and pop that in there. Give that a really good mix. Coat all of that delicious basil. And so it's going to look something like that. And then I'm going to pop that directly in there. I get myself a big spoon, and we're going to mix it up. And that courgette sort of like really starts to soften. I think because of the lemon, it then starts to really loosen up and they become a little bit softer and more supple. And with that fresh bean, I mean, you could even sprinkle a tiny bit of feta onto the top, or pine nuts, as I said. However, sadly, I don't have any pine nuts, so that is going to have to do. And it's absolutely delicious. I'll tell you what, you need a little touch more olive oil. And Bob is your uncle. Right, that is the delicious courgette salad done. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to pop the salmon, the kale and the asparagus in the oven for 12 minutes. I'm going to have a bit of a zhuzh because I can't deal with mess. And then we're going to head to the other side of the kitchen, 1, to retrieve my drink, and 2, to open something just exceptional that is just about to go on sale. And I have a VIP sale code so that you guys will actually get it before anybody else will. And I love those types of sales because I feel like I give you guys the opportunity to get it first. It makes me so sad when something sells out before you can get your mitts on it. Anyway. Oh gosh, right. 2-second rule. I'm gonna have a zhuzh and then we're gonna chat through this package. Right, I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so I've had a 2-minute tidy. We've got 7 minutes before the salmon is ready. So let's unwrap an extremely special gift from Chantecaille. Now, for those of you who are OGs on my YouTube channel will know that I am besotted with the brand and have been since literally day dot. And once a year, they have what's called the Sylvie sale. Now, Sylvie is the founder of Chantecaille, and they don't really do sales. If you guys are fans of Chantecaille, they don't go on sale. They do this one sale once a year to celebrate the birthday of the founder, and that is literally happening this week. Now, I feel so honored and extremely lucky that giving me, my friends and my family and you guys exclusive access. You're getting early VIP access. The sale actually doesn't start until Saturday and you guys are getting access today. You're gonna get 25% off. Sorry, Mark, this is far more important. I feel so mean. I will call him back. But as I said, you are getting 25% off beauty icons. They also have so many gifts and you get lots of different bundles. And anyway, talking bundles, look at how beautiful this is. So let's open it up. Oh gosh, this is absolutely gorgeous. I love the fact that they give you like different opportunities to like unlock different gifts. So in here, oh my gosh, hang on a moment. I'm gonna have to bring you down so that you guys can see what I am seeing. So I push you back a little bit. Oh, one, I've got my drink. And two, this is absolutely heavenly. So these are a selection of my favorite Chantecaille, iconic bits and pieces. And if you guys don't know about Chantecaille, it's as luxury as it gets when it comes to skincare and makeup. The ingredients, their philanthropy, what they do for the environment, how they give back, all of the sort of the entire brand ethos is genuinely outstanding. So I couldn't love a brand more. And the majority of my makeup bag, apart from Charlotte Tilbury, Chantecaille is a very, very close second. And the majority of my skincare is Chantecaille. So let's open this up. Oh wow, look at this. One is the most beautiful leather pouch with the beautiful branding, and on the inside it got a rose quartz gua sha. I do love myself a good gua sha, and that's a lovely edging. Oh gosh, I'm going to be sculpting this evening while sat on the sofa. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. You've got the 3 edge and then you've got the 2 edge, so you can really sculpt down the neck. You can really get into sort of underneath your eyes, the cheek, and then down there we can do some lymphatic drainage. That is absolutely gorgeous. Then we've got the Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint, and I absolutely love this product. I'm going to show this to you because one, the packaging could not be any more beautiful. But at this time of year, this is literally like skincare in a pot, but you put it underneath your makeup and it literally does what it says on the gorgeous little pot. It creates the most beautiful, pretty pink glow underneath your makeup. And I was just thinking, sort of when I'm in Mallorca and I've got a tan and I don't actually necessarily want to wear any foundation, I'll literally pop this on and it is absolutely glorious. Have a little look at that. And it will literally just make me light up with the most pretty, subtle pink tint. So I thought that that was such a gorgeous product and I cannot wait to sort of trial it out. This is the Hibiscus Smoothing Mask. Now, whenever I break out or I've got heat rash or I may have burnt, so if I've been a bit naughty and roasted myself in the sunshine, the first thing I reach for is my Chantecaille Hibiscus Mask. I've actually got a big pot upstairs, but I love this because this is actually a really good a little travel size. So I believe this is a tester. So if you guys do get the option to get a tester, please try the Hibiscus Mask. It's so soothing, it's so cooling, it restores, it repairs, and it's just such a divine product. Then we have, oh, Lip Chic. Love a bit of Lip Chic. I think Chantecaille have really nailed the market when it comes to lipsticks. They're so nourishing. It is literally skincare for your lips, but they do the most beautiful colors. That's gorgeous. I can actually pop that on. It's quite sheer. Oh, okay, well, I failed. At trying to do the unboxing before my salmon was ready. Okay, my oven is definitely one of those that loves to tell me off. Okay, right, I'm gonna take the salmon out and I'm gonna let it rest. That kale has crisped up, absolutely divine. So, whilst that's resting, we are going to continue our unboxing and have a little look at that colour. So this is a hyacinth colour. We'll do a little swatch so that you guys can see the colour. Absolutely gorgeous. So it's quite sheer, it's glossy, and it is so nourishing. I absolutely adore it. That is what that looks like on. Gosh, that's beautiful. Also the scent is so stunning. So then this is their Camellia. I've actually never tried their Camellia before, but the Lip Chic lipsticks are gorgeous. That's slightly darker. Oh, stunning. Have a little look at that colour. So of course I will link everything down below so that you can get the exact links to the products that I am showing you. Now we've got the Full Brow Perfecting Gel and Tint. Now I love this because you guys know I have very, very fair eyebrows, and especially in the summer when I've caught the sun, my eyebrows tend to go extremely blonde and therefore non-existent. So I do like to use a slightly, well, I say darker, this is extremely blonde. This is in colour light. Just to show you a real close-up of the wand. It's gorgeous, and then you can actually kind of see the colour at the end of that wand there. It's very, very fair, but it does tint my brows, and I love the sort of gel aspect. They don't budge. It's an amazing product. This is definitely in my top picks for the desert island makeup look. This is definitely in it. Then their makeup brushes, well, they're beautiful. They're vegan, they're stunning, they're luxurious, and they last a lifetime. I always say invest in really good makeup brushes. It's like when you're an artist, you need the most beautiful paint brushes to paint the most exquisite paintings. You need the same with makeup. So then we have, oh, the lip definer. Now I've not really tried Chantecaille's lip liners before, so I saw this and I really loved the colour. I thought I would get on really well with this. So this is the Ton, or Tone. I think they would call it Tone, but as you guys know, I am loving myself a little bit of a ton at the moment. So that is sort of a little, I would say, slightly darker. So I've popped that there on my hand. Again, I do not know what's going on with this camera. She's having a mind of her own at the moment. So that is the swatch of that. I think that's gonna be really gorgeous. I feel like we need to do, the time has come where we need to do a full makeup vlog where it's like first reactions or first thoughts on makeup, because obviously I think it's understandable. We all have our own makeup routine where we can do it quickly, we can do it in 5 minutes, you know it's gonna look good, but it's your everyday normal makeup look, and it's quite rare. And actually something that I should have done at the weekend when I was doing absolutely nothing, sort of trialed everything out. But I tell you what, that's going to be a vlog. We will do that together and we'll trial everything out, and things that I've never tried before here. You guys will get my first impressions. Now, not something new, an iconic product is something called Just Skin, and it is literally exactly what it says on the beautiful packaging. So this is the perfect combination between an SPF and a tinted moisturizer. It gives you a tiny bit of coverage, and it's also got, I think, an SPF 15 in it. You're still gonna get a little bit of sun, you're gonna get a gorgeous glow. You don't need to put foundation on. You know, if you're going away this summer and it's really hot out there, but you do want a tiny bit of coverage, literally get this. It is skincare in a tube. It will be working miracles, and you will look fabulous whilst wearing it. This is a real beauty secret right here. And then this is the Essence Vital. Now, whenever I get this, you're not gonna believe who steals this from me. Well, actually, he doesn't steal it. I do give it to him. It's actually my dad. He is obsessed with this, and it is such a beautiful product. It's just everything. And first and foremost, look at the packaging. And there we go, she finally focuses. So this is a revolutionary anti-aging face and eye serum. It's basically a one-hit wonder, so you don't have to use too many products. Obviously, it's called the Vital Essence. It's got vitamin C, it's packed with antioxidants. And it's just basically a moisturizer, a serum, a vitamin C, that anti-aging sort of tonic that everybody needs in one bottle. It's absolutely gorgeous. And so that's kind of why it pains me to but that's why I treat my dad to it, because he's a typical bloke. He does not want to do a 10-step skincare routine. And I'm also very conscious that he's always in the sun, and he's got obviously a lot more mature skin than I do. So he kind of needs it. But this really is just the most beautiful product for all ages, all skin types. They do also specialize in sensitive skin. My favorite product from the entire range, literally from Chantecaille, has got to be their flower harmonizing cream. It's the most beautiful product of all time. Sadly, I don't have it in this order, but I do have it upstairs, and it is a beauty icon. So as I said, I'm so excited to be able to give you guys early access. Literally get into that description box now. Actually pause before we plate up for dinner, because these do sell out, so make sure you get them before the sale starts on Saturday. So if you guys use Leonora 25, all in capitals, I will leave it on screen here. That will get you 25% off the Sylvie sale. And basically, I think it is the more you spend, the more gifts that you unlock. And trust me when I say the gifts are gorgeous. I mean, just take a little look at that beautiful leather pouch with the rose quartz gua sha. Now, if that doesn't make you happy, I don't know what else will. So, oh, I'm just over the moon. I'm gonna have the most gorgeous skincare evening tonight. And then I promise you, in the next couple of weeks, I need to figure out when I have time to do it, we'll do, over the last, I would say 3 months, all of the beauty products I have received, which I know I'm so unbelievably lucky, and I literally pinch myself every single day. And that's another thing I feel like is such an important thing to do. You have to celebrate the small wins. And there were times where I literally dreamt about being sent a product, and I can't believe that this is my life. I just can't, and I feel so lucky. And really, it's all because of you guys and the support that you show, even if it's a like, a comment, even if you hit subscribe. And for those of you that then go and buy the products and fall in love with the brand as much as I do, oh, I feel like it just makes my day. And working with brands like this just makes my job so easy, because I genuinely adore the product. So, and I feel like you guys know by now, I never speak about something unless I genuinely use it myself every single day, and Chantecaille, I certainly do. So anyway, by this point my salmon's probably cold, so you guys need to get in that description box and get the bits and pieces that you want. Definitely have a little look at the website. Please also go and have a little look at their philanthropy page, because what Chantecaille do in terms of saving the elephants, giving back to support the wild horses, from butterflies to bumblebees to elephants to giraffes. Honestly, it is outstanding what they do. So please, if ever there was something to support, it would be that. Anyway, let's go and plate up dinner. Right, we're picking up the tripod and we're off back down to make dinner. Right, we need to put the Perello tin down, pop you on top of here. We're going to lift you up. Quite heavy, I must say. I tell you what, I could never open this pot of olives now. Sort of part of the family, part of the furniture. So, you know me, it's all about presentation. So I've got a little bit of tzatziki, and I am going to have just a little bit because I don't want to overpower the flavors. So I'm actually going to pop the tzatziki as a bit of a base. So we're going to pop that on the bottom of the plate. I think then what I'm going to do is put our bean and courgette salad just over the top, and just to show that to you, that is what it looks like. It smells utterly heavenly. And we're just going to place that kind of around the edge and make it look rather pretty. I think it's so important that food also looks appealing, smells appealing, and most importantly, it tastes utterly delicious. So we're creating a little bit of a bed. So we're going to then pop the salmon. Ooh, that's a bit of a sloshing that on there. Okay, I think that's enough. I'm going to put a tiny bit of that dressing, pour that over the top, because I think that's going to ooze into that tzatziki so beautifully. Put that over there. Then we've got our salmon, our kale, and our asparagus over here. Now the kale is looking rather crispy. I do like to have a slight crunch. So I'm going to put the kale on top of the courgettes. Sometimes these can crumble a little bit, which sometimes upsets me in terms of presentation. You need to give it just a quick blow. Do not take that out of context. None of that, thank you very much. Right, now we're going to get a slice and we're going to just put that underneath. We're going to place our salmon delicately over the top, and then we're going to get our asparagus spears and just place those really delicately, beautifully on the top. And like I always say, I get such pleasure out of things looking beautiful as well as tasting beautiful. It's kind of going to be like a gorgeous, like lukewarm. I'm going to save these for tomorrow so I can have the exact same thing in the dinner or lunch tomorrow. And then I'm going to pop that gorgeous piece of basil over the top. And actually, I'm going to try and get a tiny bit more of that dressing from the courgettes. And just give it a tiny bit more. All those courgettes have just soaked up that beautiful dressing. There we go. Apart from the beans. What does Mark say? Beans, beans. Good for the heart, but might make you. Anyway, that is my dinner all ready. So I'm going to spin the camera around. I think I'm just going to just quickly, honestly it's like a work of art. Pop that there. Pop that one in there. Spin around and show you what it looks like. And that there, ladies and gentlemen, is literally a dinner that's taken 5 minutes to prep and 12 minutes in the oven. We have let it rest a little bit, but you guys, you don't need to. I just like to, because I always think the fish or the meat is so much more tender and succulent when you have let it rest. So on the bottom we've actually got a base of tzatziki. We've then got that delicious courgette, white bean, garlic, lemon and basil salad. We've got a crispy bit of kale, and then we've got a delicious baked salmon fillet. Super basic, salt, pepper, chili, a drizzle of olive oil, and then topped with some summer asparagus spears and a beautiful basil head. So that is dinner this evening. It looks and smells absolutely scrumptious, so I cannot wait to dig in, and I just love all of the colours and just how colourful it is. So I'm going to be taking a perch on the sofa with my sausage slugs. I'm going to be having an absolute scrumptious meal. We're going to watch a little bit of TV because it's now 8:25. Where does the time go? And I will see you guys a little bit later. Maybe we'll do the evening walk and my favourite time of day. And I think it's safe to say one of your favourite parts of my YouTube channel, which is my dog's nighttime routine. It is utterly ridiculous, but definitely my favorite part of the day. So we'll do that together. Anyway, bon appetit everybody. Scrum-delicious. Well, dinner was utterly delicious. It is now 5 to 10, but I'm watching the best film ever. It's called Gigi and Nate. I will leave the details. It's on Netflix, but just the most amazing film. But I do have a little inkling for something sweet. And I made these yesterday. So these are my famous, I say famous, well, they're famous in our household, as you can see. I have demolished the majority of the plate, but these are my dark chocolate, crunchy peanut butter stuffed dates with hazelnuts over the top. And they are so good. So I'm actually going to save the half for tomorrow, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to eat a whole one, but I'll leave the recipe down below. These are the best unctuous sweet treats that just do the trick. They're absolutely delicious. I would say relatively healthy. The dark chocolate, peanut butter, the sweetness of those dates. Oh, they literally make my taste buds sing. So I'm gonna have one of these, sit on the sofa, watch the rest of the film, and then we will take the dogs for a walk and tuck them in. I'm such an ugly cry. I know. So the film is called I can't believe I'm crying so much. It's such a lovely film, isn't it? It's called Gigi and Nate and the monkey survives. Oh, the monkey went to college. I'm so ridiculous. It's such a lovely film. It's such a lovely film. Anyway, it's on Netflix. Make sure you've got tissues. I'm also the world's ugliest crier. And Wiki thinks I've officially lost the plot, which I'm sure I have. Oh, actually hysterical. I thought I was upset about Roger Federer. Mummy's greasy. Oh, what a beautiful film. Anyway, I highly recommend. But make sure you've got tissues and a sausage to cuddle. Oh my goodness, Mummy's completely lost the plot. Anyway, well, it's well and truly past my bedtime. And there's. So let's go and tuck the dogs in. Oh, I'm gonna have another good old cry. And I'll see you guys in the dog room. And out we go. Come on, let's go to Big Babies. Come on then. He likes to go around the edge, so he doesn't like to get his paws wet. There's already a bit of a chew on the grass. Oh, it's so lovely at this time of night. I love watching the dogs just sort of have a little mooch around. Wiggy's after the squirrels. Backup is on its way. Oh my gosh. What an evening. I got myself into a right old pickle. Oh, but what a lovely film. What a lovely ending. Oh, don't. I'm setting myself off again. Come on then. Let's go to bed. Come on in. Let's go. Good boys.
Gentle, gentle, good boy. What if he gets his 2 moves? Good boy. And off. And then he gets 1 move. Good boy. You chew. Good boy. Only you have to chew. Sweet dreams. Sleep well. Sleep well. And Mummy will see you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow. Have sweet dreams, okay?